When it comes to professional license defense, I usually work with doctors and nurses who have complaints with their board. That agency that the boards are under is the Department of Labor Licensing and Regulation, and they regulate pretty much every professional license. When you have a license and you know how to do some profession, you have a right to do whatever you want for a living. The government can regulate it only insofar as it's necessary to protect the public. But I try to make sure that if somebody wants to do a particular profession, if they have a complaint and they may have made a mistake or something, I want to try and keep them in that job if that's what they want to do. If they have an issue that's making it hard for them to do what they need to do to keep their license in good standing, I want to fix that issue. My goal is going to be to try and get the complaint dismissed. That's not going to be possible in every case, in which case the goal may be to keep your license or to keep it clean. We want to get you through the process as little worry as possible. If you have a complaint against your license and it stems from some kind of an addiction issue or anger management issue, there may be things that we can do in terms of programs to be proactive about fixing that problem. Sometimes an issue arises because of an underlying problem that you've either been ignoring or denying or just haven't been taken care of, and I want to help you with that. We're going to try and be proactive to fix these problems so that by the time the board gets down to talking to us, they don't have to worry about it being an issue. If you have a complaint filed against you as a nurse, then the complaint itself is going to be anonymous, and it's also going to be confidential unless and until the board decides to give you a public reprimand or worse on your license. So what we're going to do to try and protect you is make sure we do a proper investigation of the allegations, see if we can refute them, see if we can get the complaint dismissed. Otherwise, we're going to try and defend the case in a way so that we try and keep it all private. Every time you go to a new job, people are going to ask you about, is your license in good standing? And we're going to try and keep it in good standing. If you get notice in the mail of a complaint against your license, there are several stages to that case. And the earlier you get a lawyer involved, the more likely it is that that case is going to end easy than it is if you don't get a lawyer involved early. In nursing and doctors' cases, I've consulted with all kinds of different experts to help me learn the underlying medicine. There can be cases that involve allegations of substandard care or deviation from the standard of practice. And I talk to experts so that I know what the medicine is, can look at the facts of the case and see what we can prove. Then we will be in a much better place in order to defend the case. I have been handling professional license defense cases since about 2010. When I first opened my private practice, some of my first clients through the door just happened to be people with a license defense matter. And once I got those under my belt, I felt very comfortable taking those cases, and I started to market for them and built a practice in that area. And now it's a good substantial part of my practice, and I've been very successful in handling these cases. My father was a physician, and so I know what it's like for the practitioners, and I know how hard that job is. And we're so lucky that we have such good, smart people who do these jobs. And I feel like a lot of times in these cases, just knowing what my dad went through makes me fight that much harder in these cases for my client. In your initial consultation on a license defense matter, I'm going to want to know how long you've been practicing, what area you practice in. Then we're going to talk about the basic facts of your case and what have you done so far? Have you given a statement to the state? Have you given a statement to your employer? Have they talked about sending you for a consultation with a treatment center for an addiction issue? These are the issues that are going to be very important in the early part of the case. Set your expectations as to what level of problem we have here, how we're going to resolve it, what my experience is in doing so, and how long this is going to take. And then, based on the complexity of the case, we'll talk about how much it may cost to handle it, and you can make a decision as to whether or not you feel like I'm a good fit for you.